The power of TikTok cannot be understated. Trends can define a segment of time, lead to changes in pop culture, and influence millions of people to put on blindfolds and run directly into walls. This fact has two sides to it, a good side and a bad side. One, it can be beneficial for everyone and inform millions of people about certain things happening in our world.
What's happening behind you? I think it's on fire. Yeah, that's a very good observation.
Even if it is graphic real-world war scenes from Ukraine. And two, it can brainwash people into not forming their own opinions and waiting to hear what everyone else is saying before agreeing with the masses.
You are going to start with the chips and queso, not
I'm going to start with the chips and queso.
One thing that I've always noticed on TikTok is the people who recommend other things to other people, specifically films, but really it's with every product ever made. Too lazy to go stand up and turn your light off? Buy this $30 Bluetooth switch thing that can do it for you. Tired of finding books on your own? Just get anything by Colleen Hoover and you'll just be considered hot. Need a way to get money fast with no work or effort put in whatsoever? Give this site free access to all of your personal information. It's suggestions like these that I find dangerous, as they are catchy, but when you really think about them, they are just suggestions from random people. And as you know, people are stupid.
Gays tend to love each other's semen, and it flavors up the coffee.
They're really just opinions, and that's fine. There's value in opinions.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
And that's the thing. If you're taking someone's opinion to heart, and then you do the thing that they told you to do, odds are you're going to agree with them, even if you don't actually like the product. It's almost like self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the power of influencers. That's the reason why Charli D'Amelio is a millionaire, and the reason products like the Stanley water bottle blow up for seemingly no reason. People struggle to think for themselves, so they rely on other so-called experts to tell them what to consume. Now that everyone has the power of recording yourself and posting your thoughts at any time, this power of suggestion is now amplified and coming from all directions. It's like, we're here, and this is everyone else. This will continue into a lot of strange things, and the more we all digest these suggestions from people online, the less likely we are to think for ourselves and end up just taking their word for it. I mean, they are on my For You page after all. Why would I disagree? With this increase in influence and especially quote-unquote hot takes on these popular apps comes a lot of people saying their opinions on all matters, whether it be film or music or politics or anything you could ever imagine. Most videos normally include arbitrary ratings with no explanation, only for those videos to get millions of views and thousands of likes. My favorite example of this is those film accounts that do the quote-unquote reviews with some clips edited together all nice and whooshy. Nothing in the world pisses me off more than those reviews and how they rate the films. For example, they get a film like Shawshank Redemption and they say 10 out of 10 story, 9 out of 10 acting. It's like, what? How the fuck did the acting get a 9 out of 10? Like, they just made that up. They made that number up. It makes no sense to me. I feel like the film has to work so cohesively in order for any of those separate parts to be unnoticeable. Especially at such minor degrees of like a tenth of a percentage or whatever. It's a weird way to do it, but whatever, that was a side tangent. The issue here isn't with the content creators working their asses off to get a cool swoosh at it. It's with the people watching the content and absorbing the knowledge and regurgitating it without a second thought on the subject. There is no internalization, and they take the information at face value, rarely questioning the validity behind the claims. This is especially apparent when the people just put the random number out of 10 with no real explanation behind it, just like, okay, true. Good point. When it comes to art consumption in any way, the only person who knows how a certain piece of art makes you feel is you. So you can take these recommendations from these people online, but you shouldn't take their biased opinions to heart and let them influence your own opinion. Watch it for yourself. Listen to it for yourself. And then think, how does this make me feel? And why? When people don't do this, we get trends like this.
Take it slow. Oh my God!
And unfortunately, we end up getting films that go viral only because a few people said they couldn't sleep at night after watching it. This is the power of these clickbait films, as I like to call them, that pop up on the internet about every other fucking day, it feels like. A lot of them nowadays are just a marketing ploy. How often do you hear the phrase, "It's the scariest movie ever made. Everyone turned it off after 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah." It's all fucking bullshit, okay? It's all lies. All of it, okay? Be skeptical. Clickbait films are never ending. As long as there are clips on TikTok and YouTube of some dramatic thing happening, then they will always exist. People will always watch them and form their own opinions on previously conceived notions. All I ask is when you watch a movie, really watch it and think about it for a second afterwards. What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Would you recommend it to others? Come up with reasons rather just saying the performances are 9 out of 10 with no explanation. Share your thoughts, share your opinions, but just know you're not always going to be right. If you're anything like me, you will always think you're right, but people will have different opinions and can often poke holes right through your arguments. It's important to have these conversations as it leads to a better understanding of the art as a whole, and it doesn't just have to be about film. It can be about anything as long as you're not a part of a paid sponsorship. Talk honestly and be willing to hear other people's opinions out. Thank you for watching, think for yourselves, and buy my merch. Just kidding, I don't have merch, that was a joke.